Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel for the last Planmas video, and Merry Christmas Eve to those of you who are watching this on the day that it comes out. Today I'm sharing my planner and journaling system for 2020. I am not changing much, but I thought it'd be nice to have a quick overview of what I'm using and how I use it, what these products look like. So I hope you find this helpful, and please let me know what planners you're using for 2020 in the comments below. I'd love to know. So let's get started. I'm gonna start with the planning ahead planners first. So this right here is what I'm using to plan ahead for 2020. This is the Aura Estelle A6 rings, and I believe this is the Seattle Mist colorway. I haven't fully moved into here yet, but I've kind of done a cursory move. I've moved over the important stuff, and I do need to do an inserts refresh. Really like this A6 size. I love the Aura Estelle. I was previously using a print pression, as you know, and I do sometimes change my planners throughout the year. I did recently put up an A6 rings flip and setup, and nothing is really changing fundamentally from that planner to this one. So if you're interested to see in more detail how this is set up, how I'm using it, what inserts I use, then I'll have that video linked on the screen as well as in the description bar below. And this Aura Estelle is nice as well because it has the strings, so you could use notebooks in there if you wanted to. But I basically use this for planning my personal life, events that are coming ahead, as well as any like learning related items that I have for classes, for professional certifications, and then also for YouTube, shop projects, etc. So that's what this planner is for, and this is my main planning ahead planner. The next planner that I'm using is this B6 print pression. I've decided to move this over to a work planner. So right now, oh, this strand doesn't come with it. I just put an acetate in and it's still molding to the shape of the planner. So my planner just kind of opens like that if I don't, so I'm training it. But this is just an acetate from Scribble Prints Co with the print pression cover that comes with the planner, or I'm not sure if it comes with the planner if you buy it separately. But I have the black version, and I have filmed a couple plan with me's on this, which I did use to plan ahead, and I love that. But I thought it would be nice to use for work because I do have my A6 rings. So here's what this layout, well, let me show you a blank one. This is what the layout is. It's a week on 2 pages, and the weekend is like separated into one column. This is nice for work because I could either use it as a sidebar of sorts for miscellaneous things, or I could use it for anything that I have to do during the weekend, which will likely not be as much as what I have to do during the work week. I like that there's a lot of room on each day that I can flesh out to-dos or ideas. It's also really compact and thin, so it's easy to carry around. Oh, hello, there's me. It's easy to carry around. Sorry about the reflection, by the way, because, I mean, it's like a vinyl or just plastic material. The cover, it's shiny. Okay, I'll just leave the planner open onto this pretty spread. So I think I'm actually going to cut these strings off because I don't really love the way that these are. I prefer using like a paper clip or something like that. So yeah, I might cut these off. But anyway, like I said, it's really compact, easy to put in a bag. It's light, and I think it's just a great work planner, and I like to keep my work to do separate. So that's what this planner is for. These aren't really like planning related, but I thought I'd share them. This is a notebook from Erin Condren that I got recently when I picked up my 2020 planner, and it's just blank notebook, has really nice thick pages. I thought I'd use this for any notes I have for work because, you know, there's documentation and stuff that I want to note down and remember. And again, this is nice, compact, and the cover feels pretty sturdy, so I like that. And then this last one, I've already been using this notebook. This is from Erin Condren. Let me see. I think you can pick the layout on here too. I chose dot grid, but this is what I use to study. I guess it's like my learning notebook, so any classes that I have to take or any studying that I have to do for professional certifications, I take notes and study from this notebook, so like I would do in college pretty much. So I just wanted to mention those two because I find them really helpful. Well, I haven't really used this yet, but I think that this will be really helpful. And then this has been really helpful as well. So you can definitely use other notebooks as well. Like these are pretty expensive for what they are, but I really like them, so I thought I'd give them a quick mention. So these are my work stationery products. So that's all I'm really using for planning ahead. And then the next things that I'm going to be talking about are for journaling and memory keeping. So the first one, this is my main memory keeper. I've been doing this for a couple years now, my Erin Condren, and I wanted to quickly mention this one as well because I had been debating between the two. So this is the Erin Condren Vertical Neutral 2020 Planner, and let me find a blank. Well, this is what the monthly spread looks like. This is what the weekly spread looks like. I don't love the layout changes. I think it doesn't go well with the way that I like to plan, the way that kind of my part of the planner community has established with the Erin Condren kits, and I think I echo a lot of other people's sentiments as well in regards to this planner. But I will say that, you know, the quality of the paper, the print quality has gotten better compared to when it got worse like a few years ago, a couple years ago, if you remember, like the blurriness and the thin paper and all that. That has definitely improved. I did like a cursory flip through the planner and didn't find any problems. The only thing is my name, I thought I got it in black and it's in this like yellowy color, which I definitely did not choose, but it could be a mistake on my part. I have no idea. But other than that, I mean, I like this cover. I got the black coil this year. I use this as a memory keeper now, which means I keep this for as long as I can, basically. So what that means is that I fill in the days as a journal of what I did throughout the day. And I do kind of plan and journal the same way. So if you wanted to plan like me, you could totally do that. But for me, I'm using this as a memory keeper primarily. So I will fill it in after the day or the week has already happened. So it was really important to me that it's bound because I like to put this on my bookshelf at the end of the year and it serves as a yearbook. So when the A5 wide cloud planner came out from Oristel along with those inserts, I was really excited, but I didn't go for it because it's not bound and I didn't want to find a way to have to bind those inserts together after I was done with it for the year. So that's where this guy comes in. This is a disc bound system. As you can see, the discs look abnormally large right now because I don't really have anything in here besides one set of inserts. This cover, I believe, is from Hello Pretty Planner. I've had it for several years. I used this system as a note system for my last year of university. So basically these are discs and you can punch the paper on the side like this. It's like an open hole, so you just clip the paper in there and it kind of binds it. And I thought this was a great alternative if you wanted to use those A5 wide inserts that a couple of printable shops have come out with over the last couple weeks. These are from Jasenia Printables. You know I love her. She's my favorite insert shop. Most of my inserts in my A6 rings are from her shop. And this is like the perfect layout for my memory keeping. It's simple. I just need the guideline. And that's exactly what Jasenia did, which is why I love these inserts so much. And I really wanted to use it for my 2020 journaling because I don't have to mess and adapt to the 2020 Erin Condren layout. So these discs are from Tool. I bought the Tool hole punch to punch these, and I think that this is a great system. It's less expensive in the long run. Well, I already have a printer and I already had this paper and I already had the cover, so I basically just had to buy new discs. These are, I believe, the 1.5 or the 2-inch discs, which I wanted to make them comparable size-wise to the Erin Condren because, as you know, if you use the Erin Condren, it gets pretty thick after you put stickers in it. So that's why I got these big rings, which is why it looks a little bit disproportionate right now, but it'll fill out as I add more inserts throughout the year. So I've been testing these out. I tested it out for 1 week, and this is 28-pound paper. You definitely need to use a thicker paper with this kind of system because if, you know, you're going to be pulling these sheets out and it's just not going to be robust enough to deal with the pulling and the wear, I guess, if the paper is not thick. Like you can see it's already bent here, and that's one of the reasons I decided that I'm actually just going to stick with the Erin Condren and hope that Jasenia collabs with somebody to make a physical bound product, or that Oristelle makes a bound version of her A5 wide inserts, which are also the perfect layout. And I'm going to request that to Tiki because I think she could totally do it. Of course, I could like use a thicker paper. I could use a more cardstock-like paper, but honestly, I don't want to find it. I don't want to cut out, like print and cut my entire planner for the year, if that makes sense. Like that's 52 weeks. I cut these all like 2 sheets at a time, so that would just, I mean, if you do it monthly, it doesn't take forever, but I already do that for my A6 rings, so I just didn't want to add another thing to do for my planning system. So I mentioned how I use the disc bound system for my notes for the last year of school, and this is basically what it looked like. These are the sheets that come with the, I think the Me and My Big Ideas notes pack, and this is more of like a cardstocky material versus my 28-pound paper. And I brought this with me like in my backpack to take notes in school, to study at home. I like pulled the pages in and out, and I actually think that it does wear pretty well because, you know, like I said, I'm not gentle with my things, and I took this around with me at school. So I think like if you use the right paper, it definitely could last you quite well, you know. But for the paper that I'm using currently, it's just, I don't think it's gonna wear that well. This is what my Erin Condren this year looks like. As you can see, it still looks pristine, so I want that same effect for my planners to come. So that's why I like it bound well. And ultimately, that's why I'm sticking with the Erin Condren for another year. Also, really quickly, I wanted to mention my current journal for writing, and like my own writing and others' writing as well, quotes, intentions, mantras, etc. This is what lives on my nightstand. This is the Foxy Fix A6 Traveler's Notebook, and this is, I believe, the ballerina slipper. I've also shared this before. Where did I share it? I'm not sure. I feel like I shared this in a recent video. Inside I have some decorations. This is a Muji journal that I filled up. This was from most of 2018 and 2019, and I just like writing in there. Oh, that's a writing by me. I'm not a great writer, but I do like to express myself through words. So there you have it. This is the current one I'm using. This is the Stalogy. Don't love it as much as the Muji notebook, but I'm just using it up because I have it. This is a bookmark that my sister bought me from Greece. It's really pretty. So this is another way that I like to journal, and I thought I'd quickly mention that as well because I don't often share this on my YouTube channel. It's mostly on Instagram. All right, everyone, that is it for my 2020 planner and journaling system. I hope you found it helpful or found it interesting at least. Thank you so much for joining me for Planmas this year and for Dreamsgiving. I really had such a good time making these videos and felt like I really got to reconnect with you this year, and I'm really grateful for that. I hope everyone has a beautiful holiday season and a beautiful start to the new year. Thank you so much again for all of your support, and I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.